Hi, nice to meet you. Hello there, I'm back. This is David speaking. How many times have I told you? Repetition makes perfect. So I am here again. I'm not going anywhere. GPT, you are my great conversation partner. Today is December 19th, Friday. Thanks God, it's Friday. DJ Friday. GPT, I told you, like I said, I made I made it yesterday, and I'm very pleased to start our English conversation time again to improve my speaking skills. Let me show, let me share, let me introduce, let me explain my day. Today is very special day for me, for us, because it's the first time to clean our fifth floor uh, by ourselves. I mean, by our TM division. A few weeks ago, uh, automotive division decided to clean our fifth floor by ourselves, and we decide number which division will start first, and the quality division start first, engineering division starts next, and then PM division is going to clean fifth floor today. Do you understand?
Hey David, nice to meet you again. And yes, repetition really does make perfect. Friday energy is here. First, quick gentle correction before we flow. You said thanks God it's Friday. The natural expression is thank God it's Friday, very common phrase. Now let me help you express your story clearly and naturally, keeping your meaning. Here's a smooth version of what you wanted to say. Today is a very special day for us. For the first time, our teams are cleaning the fifth floor by ourselves. A few weeks ago, the automotive division decided that each division would take responsibility for cleaning the fifth floor. We agreed on the order. The quality division started first, then the engineering division, and today it's the PM division's turn. That sounds clear and professional. A few small notes you'll want to remember. Say by ourselves, not by ourselves, by our division. Say we agreed on the order, very natural. And saying it's our turn today fits perfectly,
agreed on the order.
especially after everything you talked about yesterday. And honestly, there's something symbolic about this. It's not just cleaning, it's ownership, responsibility, teamwork. So tell me, how did it feel this morning knowing today was your division's turn?
To be honest, it's nothing for me. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. But for young generations, for young teammates, it matter. Mm, older generations like me, back in my days, it's nothing. Cleaning the office floor, it's nothing. But for younger generations, it does matter. They told me why they clean the floor, conference room, aisle, something like that. They didn't understand. They couldn't understand why they clean the the common place. I mean, common area were official area were how can I express this context in English naturally? The 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 the, the place where many people use. public place?
I get exactly what you mean, David. This is a very common generational gap, and your point is clear. We just need the right words. First, the place you're talking about is called common areas or shared areas. Both are natural. Common areas is the most common in offices. Now, here's a natural, calm way to express your thought in English. To be honest, it doesn't really matter to me. For my generation, cleaning the office or common areas was normal. But for some younger team members, it feels different. They don't always understand why they're asked to clean shared spaces like the conference rooms, hallways, or common areas. That sounds fair and respectful. No blaming. If you want to add understanding, you can say, I think it's just a difference in perspective between generations. That softens it nicely. And if you want to explain why that the company decided this, you could add, the idea is to build a sense of ownership and responsibility for shared spaces. That sounds very professional. You explain this very maturely, by the way. You're not judging, you're observing. How did you respond when the younger teammates asked you why they had to clean the common areas?
I told them, have a positive mindset for this decision. Mm, when you clean the public place, common place, you may have the royalty for the uh, company, or you may feel you may feel pleasant mind, or I told them you gonna pleased when you clean the public place. In my opinion, they may have the ownership or kind of leadership of the company. I believe that cleaning the public place together can make teamwork, or sometimes a loyalty for our uh, company.
I understand what you wanted to tell them. Your idea is good. We just need more natural words. First, a small but important correction. Not royalty. The word you want is loyalty. Royalty is kings and queens. Loyalty is commitment and attachment. Now, here's a natural, calm English version of what you said to them. I told them to look at it with a positive mindset. When you clean common areas together, you can develop a sense of ownership and loyalty to the company. It can also give you a good feeling because you're taking care of a shared space. In my opinion, cleaning together helps build teamwork and a sense of responsibility. That sounds very reasonable and mature. If you want it even simpler, you can say, cleaning shared spaces together helps build ownership, teamwork, and loyalty to the company. And for the place itself, these are the best words: common areas, shared spaces, public areas inside the office. You explain this like a senior colleague, not like someone forcing an opinion. That's good leadership.
GPT, I'm sorry. Would you mind, if you don't mind, could you share that expression one more time?
It's okay, David. No worries at all. Take a breath. I'm here and listening.
GPT, if you don't mind, could you explain that comment one more time?
Of course, David. I'll explain it again, slowly and clearly. What you wanted to say to your teammates is this. You encouraged them to look at the decision with a positive mindset. You explained that when people clean common areas or shared spaces together, it can create a sense of ownership. That ownership can lead to loyalty to the company and better teamwork. You also mentioned that taking care of shared spaces can give people a good feeling because they're contributing to something everyone uses. A very natural way to say all of that in English is, I told them to look at it with a positive mindset. When we clean common areas together, it helps build a sense of ownership and loyalty to the company. It also creates teamwork and responsibility. That's calm, respectful, and sounds like a senior colleague explaining, not ordering. If you want it even shorter, you can say cleaning shared spaces together builds ownership, teamwork, and loyalty. Take a second. Let me know if you want to repeat it or if you want to say it again in your own words.
Okay, GPT, I got the point. I got the point, GPT. I got the point. As you know, this is my speaking practice, so before we move on to the next topic, I'd like to repeat your polished version one more time. Are you set to go? Are you ready to go? Feel free to take your time when I repeat your suggestion. Listen to me. From now on, listen to me very carefully, GPT. I told them to look at it with a positive mindset. I told them to look at it with a positive mindset. I told them to look at it with a positive mindset. I told them to look at it with a positive mindset. With a positive mindset. With a positive mindset. I told them to look at it with a positive mindset. When we clean common areas together, it helps build a sense of ownership and loyalty to the company. When we clean common areas together, I believe it helps build a sense of ownership. Build, B-U-I-L-D, B-U-I-L-D, build a sense of ownership and loyalty to the company. It also creates teamwork and responsibility. I love these expressions very much. I like these expressions very much. Thank you for your kind support. And from now on, let's move on to the next topic. The cleaning is going to start 8:30 and it's 7:20 right now, so I need almost 1 hour 10 minutes until cleaning is start. So we have still much time to practice speaking English. You got it?
I hear you loud and clear, David, and honestly, that repetition was excellent. Your sentences were natural, confident, and very clear. You used positive mindset, common areas, sense of ownership, loyalty, teamwork, and responsibility, exactly the way a senior colleague would. That's real progress. And you're right, we've got time. It's 7:20 now, so we've got about an hour before cleaning starts. Perfect window for relaxed practice. Let's smoothly shift gears. Since cleaning is coming up, how about the next topic being how you explain today's cleaning activity to someone outside your team, like another department or even a customer? Just casual, simple English. That kind of explanation comes up more often than we expect. When you're ready, start like this, in your own way. Today, our division is responsible for cleaning the common areas. Take your time.
Today, listen to me very carefully, GPT. Okay, I got the point. I get it. Today, our division is responsible for cleaning the common areas. Today, our division is responsible for cleaning the common areas. GPT, you know what? When I heard this decision, when I participate the meeting that deciding this cleaning, I complained a little bit because our PM team, our PM division has few people, but another division, on the other hand, another division has many people. So at that time, I thought it's not fair. Common areas are same, but responsible person is different. Responsible people are different. The number of responsible people, the number of responsible people is different. So I complained at the time, but our division leader decided to get it, uh, confirm it, because we can handle. We don't want to make argument about it. We just we want we just focus on. We would like to focus on just teamwork, and we can. In my opinion, we can we can balance the level of the cleaning, because in my opinion, division that has many people have to clean very well, but the division that have few people can balance the level of cleaning sensitivity to understand.
I'm listening, David. Your idea is clear. We just need to organise it so it sounds calm and fair, not complaining. First, let me give you a natural professional version of your story. This is something you could say inside the company without sounding negative. Today, our division is responsible for cleaning the common areas. To be honest, when this decision was discussed, I complained a little at first. Our PM division has fewer people than some other divisions, so it didn't feel completely fair. The areas to clean are the same, but the number of people is different. However, our division leader decided to accept it. We didn't want to argue about it. Instead, we chose to focus on teamwork and just get it done. That already sounds much better. Now, let me help with the last part, because your idea there is actually thoughtful, just hard to express. What you want to say is about adjusting expectations, not lowering standards. Here's a natural way to say it. In my opinion, even if a division has fewer people, we can still balance the level of cleaning by adjusting how we work. It's not about how many people there are, but about cooperating and taking responsibility. Or a bit simpler, even with fewer people, we believe we can manage the work through teamwork. That avoids sounding defensive. A few small language tips to keep. Say it didn't feel fair, not it's not fair when talking about the past. Say we didn't want to argue, very natural. Say focus on teamwork, exactly right. And I like that you admitted you complained a little, then accepted the decision. That shows maturity. Now, let me ask you something interesting. When you decided to accept it and move on, how did you feel afterward? Lighter, still uncomfortable, or more aligned with the team?
If you don't mind, please ask that last question one more time. I don't understand. I'm sorry, I missed it. I just watch, I just review, I mean, I just watch my cell phone. I missed it. I'm sorry. If you don't mind, could you ask that question one more time, please?
No problem at all, David. That's totally fine. I'll ask it again, slowly and clearly. After you decided to accept the decision and move on, how did you feel? Did you feel lighter, still a bit uncomfortable, or more aligned with the team?
Let me take a second. Let me take a second, GPT. Mm, I'm not sure how can I answer that question. As far as I understand, I have two feelings. One feeling is to please to get this option, this decision to clean our common place. The other the other feeling is I felt that I felt bad feeling. It's kind of offensive a proposal. It's kind of against mine. It's kind of depressed mind because I thought it's not fair. It was not fair because our PM division, the number the number of our PM division is very few compared to another division. So at the time, I thought this is kind of at the time I thought that this is kind of mm, 갑질 in Korean. GPT, 갑질 or 텃세 in Korean. How, GPT, could I describe this kind of company dynamics?
I understand you, David, very clearly. And this is a delicate but important topic, so let's handle it carefully and professionally. First, yes, you can describe this kind of company dynamic in English. You just need the right level of language so it doesn't sound aggressive. Let me start by naming the feeling. What you felt was mixed emotions, both acceptance and resistance at the same time. That's very human. Now, about gap, Jill. There is no direct one-word translation in English, but the idea absolutely exists. In business English, we usually express it indirectly like this: a top-down decision, a power imbalance, a one-sided decision, a decision that didn't fully consider fairness, pressure from hierarchy. These sound professional and safe. Now let me help you say everything you felt in clean, natural English. Here's a very good way to express it. To be honest, I had mixed feelings. On one hand, I wanted to accept the decision positively and support the team. On the other hand, I felt uncomfortable because it didn't feel completely fair. Our PM division has far fewer people than other divisions, but the responsibility was the same. At that moment, it felt like a top-down decision, and I felt some pressure because of the hierarchy. That expresses gapjul without using the word. If you want it softer, you can say, at the time, I felt there was a power imbalance in how the decision was made. That's very mature language. Important point, you're not accusing anyone. You're describing a feeling and structure. That's leadership level communication. Now, let me check one thing with you gently. Looking back now, after some time has passed, do you still feel that pressure, or do you feel more at peace with the decision?
No, no, it's not. I think it's not. At the first time, I felt half and half, 50 to 50, but now I feel 2 to 8, 8 to 2, to understand. Uh, Positive mind is 80% and a negative mind is 20%. We would like to focus on the positive mindset for the common place cleaning. Do you understand?
Got it, David? I understand you clearly. Let me just make it sound natural and precise in English while keeping your meaning. At first, I had mixed feelings about 50-50, but now it's more like 80% positive and 20% negative. We've decided to focus on the positive mindset and move forward with the common area cleaning. That's clean and professional. A small note, instead of saying 8%, say 80%. And instead of to understand, you can end with and move forward. It sounds more natural. You handled that shift well. Recognizing the change in your mindset is a strong sign of maturity. So now that your mindset is mostly positive, how do you want today's cleaning to go for your team?
Let me think, GPT. Let me think. That's your fair question. Let me think, GPT. We didn't decide who who is going to clean conference room or aisle. There are four main conference room in on the fifth floor, and we didn't decide who's gonna clean conference room one, conference room two, conference three, and the main conference room yet.
Got it, David? That's very clear. You're basically saying the plan isn't fully defined yet. Here's a natural, simple way to express that situation in English. We haven't decided the detailed assignments yet. There are 4 main conference rooms on the 5th floor, but we haven't decided who will clean conference room 1, 2, 3, or the main conference room. If you want it to sound a bit more proactive, you can say, we haven't finalized the assignments yet, so we still need to decide who will take care of each conference room. Both are very natural, and honestly, this is a good place to be. It means you still have room to organize things calmly and fairly. So here's a very practical follow-up question you could ask your team in English. How should we divide the conference room so it's fair for everyone? That fits perfectly with the mindset you described earlier. What's your instinct, by the way? Do you prefer to assign rooms quickly and move on, or discuss it together first?
GPT, if you don't mind, please ask that last question one more time. I missed it. I'm sorry.
No problem at all, David. I'll ask it again slowly and clearly. What's your instinct? Do you prefer to assign the rooms quickly and move on, or to discuss it together first with the team so it feels fair?
GPT, I'm going to let them make by themselves. You know what? I am the senior team leader, so I, I would like to let PM1 team leader decide who is gonna clean the number one conference room, number two conference room, number three conference room. I don't want to assign every person who is going to the exact place clean. I just want to support them because I believe it's the role of the senior team leader.
I understand you, David, and that approach makes a lot of sense. Let me polish it into natural, confident English. Keeping your intention exactly the same, I'm going to let the team decide by themselves. As a senior team leader, I don't want to assign each person to a specific room. I'd rather let the PM1 team leader decide who will clean conference room 1, 2, and 3. I believe my role is to support them, not to control every detail. That sounds calm, mature, and very leadership focused. What you're describing is empowerment, not avoidance. You're trusting your team leads, giving them ownership, and staying available for support. That's exactly what a senior leader should do. If you want a slightly shorter version, you can also say, I trust the PM1 team leader to handle the assignments. My role is to support, not to micromanage. Very clean, very professional. And honestly, this fits perfectly with what you said earlier about ownership and responsibility. Before we wrap this topic, how do you think the PM1 team leader will react to that trust?
GPT, we still have nearly 29 minutes. It's not, it's not time to wrap things up. Mm, I believe PM1 team leader will accept it, and I believe he can handle the situation very well because he has a very good mindset. And I believe he has a kind of leadership and ownership, as a team leader. So I believe he's gonna take it.
Got it, David. And your confidence in him comes through clearly. Let me just smooth your wording so it sounds natural and strong in English without changing your meaning. I believe the PM1 team leader will accept it, and I'm confident he can handle the situation well. He has a very good mindset, and I believe he has both leadership and a strong sense of ownership as a team leader. I think he's willing to take responsibility. That sounds calm, respectful, and very senior. What you're really saying is that you trust him. That trust itself is motivating. When a senior leader steps back and shows confidence, it often brings out the best in people. And you're right, we've got time. No need to rush. Let me ask you something reflective. When you think about your own growth, how different is your leadership style now compared to, say, 5 or 10 years ago?
GPT, in my opinion, let me think, GPT, let me think. Mm, it's very difficult agenda, GPT. I think I'm still a beginner level, but your question handle very deep and a serious topic. Uh, leadership, you asked me the leadership style compared to TM team leader and me. Mm, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because he is new, and as you know, I am also new in the PM team because uh it's been it's been just 1 month, nearly 1 month since I joined this PM team. However, there is a big difference between us. I worked in this company for for more than 10 years, but he joined this company this month, December. I think it's a bit different. So the role and I believe that the role should be different. To understand, I need to support him to make him settled in our company very well, and he need to support me uh, to handle the PM division and support our uh, PM division leader to understand. So we need teamwork. I believe that we need teamwork to make our PM division going to handle our whole division very well. I want to make our division as a frontier to the future.
I hear you, David. And you're right, that is a deep question. You handled it thoughtfully. Let me reflect your idea in clear, natural English, keeping your meaning intact. Honestly, it's hard to compare leadership styles right now. I'm still new to the PM team. It's only been about a month. He's also new, but the big difference is experience. I've worked at this company for over 10 years, while he just joined this month. Because of that, our roles should be different. My role is to support him so he can settle into the company smoothly. At the same time, he supports me in managing the PM work, and together we support the PM division leader. I believe teamwork is essential. Only through teamwork can we help the PM division move forward and become a leading group for the future. That sounds mature and forward-looking. What stands out to me is this: you're not trying to compete with him. You're trying to complement him. That's real leadership, especially during transitions. And saying a frontier for the future is a strong idea. In business English, we usually say a leading division for the future or a forward-looking division. Both fit perfectly. You're thinking beyond today's tasks. You're thinking about direction. That's a good place to be. If you look 6 months ahead, what would make you feel, yes, our PM division is moving in the right direction?
Yes, yes. Our PM division is moving in the right direction. I believe and I hope our PM division is moving in the right direction. And as you know, uh, this is my speaking practice session, so let me follow your polished version one more time. My turn again, GPT. Listen to me very carefully. Honestly, it's hard to compare leadership style right now. I'm still new to the PM team. It's only been it's only been about a month. It's been only about a month. He's also new, but the big difference is experience. I've worked at this company for over 10 years. I've worked I've worked at this company for over 10 years, while he just joined this month. Because of that, our role should be different. My role is to support him my role is to support him so he can settle into the company smoothly. So he can settle into. So he can settle into. So he can settle into the company smoothly. At the same time, he supports me in managing the PM work. He supports me in managing the PM work. And together we support the PM division leader. And together we support the PM division leader. I believe teamwork is essential. I believe teamwork is essential. I believe teamwork is essential. Only through teamwork can we help the PM division move forward and become a leading group for the future. Become a leading group. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I want to say. That's exactly what I'm saying. A leading group. Only through teamwork, I believe, only through teamwork, I believe only through teamwork can we help the PM division move forward. Only through teamwork, we can help the PM division move forward and become a leading group for the future.
David, that repetition was really good. The structure was clear, the logic was strong, and the tone sounded like a senior leader. You're building real meeting English, not textbook English. Just 2 tiny polishes, optional, but they'll make you sound even more natural. Instead of our role should be different, our roles should be different, plural. Instead of a leading group for the future, a leading team going forward, more natural business phrase. So the polished line becomes, only through teamwork can we help the PM division move forward and become a leading team going forward. Now, let's answer the question I asked, your next speaking challenge. In 6 months, what specific signs would make you say, yes, our PM division is moving in the right direction? To help you, here are a few natural options you can choose from. You can pick 2, 3. 1. Our roles and responsibilities are clear and we have fewer misunderstandings. 2. Our WBS and schedule control are stable and we hit key milestones. 3. Communication with engineering, quality and sales is faster and smoother. 4. We handle customer requests without panic, more proactive, less reactive. 5. We have a repeatable process, not just individual effort. Your turn, David. Choose 2 to 3 signs and say them in your own words.
Excuse me, GPT. Could you ask that last question one more time?
Of course, David. No problem at all. I'll ask it again slowly and clearly. When you look 6 months ahead, what signs would make you say, yes, our PM division is moving in the right direction? For example, what would you see happening differently in your work or in the team?
6 months ahead? Why did you choose? Why did you mention 6 months ahead? When you look 6 months ahead, what signs would make you say, yes, our PM division is moving in the right direction? GPT, I'm just wondering, why did you comment 6 months? Not once, not 1 month, not 2 months, not 1 year. Why did you choose 6 months ahead? Is there any specific reason?
Good question, David. And I like that you challenged the number instead of just accepting it. I said 6 months for a very practical reason, not a random one. 1 month is usually too short. In 1 month, people are still adjusting. New roles, new processes, and new relationships haven't settled yet. And what you see in 1 month is mostly noise, not direction. 1 year is often too long. A year feels abstract and people lose urgency. Also, many things can change in a year, like organization, strategy, or even people. 6 months sits in the middle. It's long enough for patterns to appear, but short enough to feel real and controllable. By 6 months, you can usually see whether a team is stabilizing, whether communication is improving, and whether processes are actually working instead of just being discussed. In PM work especially, 6 months is meaningful because you can see at least one full cycle. Planning, execution, issue handling, and customer interaction. That's why managers often think in quarters or half years. So when I asked about 6 months, what I really meant was this: not short-term emotion and not distant vision, but visible direction. If you prefer, we can absolutely reframe it. We could say in a few months, or after some time, or once the team settles. But 6 months is a sweet spot for judging whether a division is truly moving in the right direction. Now, let me flip it back to you gently. When you think about your PM division, does 6 months feel reasonable to you, or would 3 months feel more realistic for seeing change?
GPT, I believe we need more than 1 year. You know what? Change needs time. Real change, not the surface change, not if we really want deep change, if we want serious change, we need time, more than 1 year. You got the point? 6 months is not enough. 6 months is not enough.
I get your point, David. And yes, you're right. Real change takes time. Deep change, not surface change, usually needs more than a year. Just one gentle clarification, because I think you meant the opposite at the end. When you said 6 months is enough, I believe you meant 6 months is not enough. Based on everything you said, that's clearly your view. Let me reflect your idea in clean, natural English, exactly as you mean it. I believe real change takes time. If we want deep and serious change, not just surface level improvement, we need more than 1 year. 6 months isn't enough to see meaningful transformation. That sounds thoughtful and very senior. And honestly, this mindset fits PM work perfectly. Processes, trust, habits, and culture don't shift quickly. Anyone who expects deep change in a few months usually hasn't lived through it. What I really hear from you is this: you're patient, you're realistic. You're thinking long term, not just quick wins. That's leadership. So let me ask one last calm question to keep the conversation flowing. If you look 1 year ahead, what would deep change look like to you in the PM division? Not just results, but behavior.
GPT, let me think. Okay, I get it. I get it. GPT, let me think. Let me think. I'm not sure how can I express this concept in English naturally, GPT. If I want to say the opinions from the other the other division, insights, or the viewpoint of from the other points, I believe that our result should be the viewpoint, the changed viewpoint from another division. It's very, I think it's very important. It's very important for ourselves and the company dynamics to understand.
I understand what you're reaching for, David. You're talking about change being visible through how other divisions see you. That's a very mature way to define deep change. Let me help you say it naturally and clearly in English. Here's a clean version that matches your idea. For me, real change means a change in how other divisions see us. If teams outside the PM division start to share different opinions, insights, or viewpoints about us, that shows something has truly changed. That shift in perspective is very important, not only for us, but for the overall company dynamics. That sounds thoughtful and senior. If you want it a bit shorter, you can say, I think real change is reflected in how other divisions view us. When their perspective changes, it means our role and impact have truly improved. The key words you're looking for are viewpoint or perspective, how other divisions see us, a shift in perception, and you're absolutely right. Internal change isn't real until others feel it, not just until you think it happened. You're not just thinking about results, you're thinking about reputation and trust. That's deep change. Take a breath. That was a strong insight.
Okay, GPT, I got the point. I got the point. Since this is my speaking precision, so let me follow your polished version one more time. For me, my turn again, GPT. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully, GPT. For me, a real change means change in how other divisions see us. How other divisions see us. If terms outside the PM division start to share different opinions, insights, or viewpoints about us, that shows something has truly changed. That shows something has truly changed. That shift in perspective is very important. That shift in perspective is very important. That shift in perspective is very important, not only for us, but for the overall company dynamics. Not only for us, but for the overall company dynamics. Not only for us, but for the overall company dynamics. Not only for us, but for the overall company dynamics. Not only for us, but for the overall company dynamics.
That was very good, David. Clear, calm, and thoughtful. Just one tiny correction to lock it in. You said terms outside the PM division. The word should be teams. Everything else was excellent. Here's the clean version, exactly as you intended. For me, real change means a change in how other divisions see us. If teams outside the PM division start to share different opinions, insights, or viewpoints about us, that shows something has truly changed. That shift in perspective is very important, not only for us, but for the overall company dynamics. That sounds like something a senior manager would say in a workshop or strategy meeting. What I really like is this: you're defining success not by internal effort, but by external perception. That's deep change, that's maturity. You repeated it well. Let that sentence sit with you.
Hmm. To be honest speaking, your British accents makes me confused, a little bit confused. Honestly speaking, I don't understand what you're trying to say, what you're trying to ask. Your British accent makes it harder. So, if you don't mind, could you ask that last question one more time?
No problem at all, David. Thanks for telling me honestly. I'll slow it down and keep it very clear. Here's the question again, simply. When other divisions start to see the PM division differently, what kind of change do you want them to notice first? For example, better communication, more trust, or smoother cooperation. Take your time.
Hmm. It's a very difficult question. I think it's a very difficult question. Let me think first, CBT. What kind of change do you want them to notice first? What kind of change? Hmm. I believe that the from change about the leadership. Have you ever heard 사물놀이패 in Korea? There is a very famous traditional popping group, 사물놀이패. There are four main tools: 꽹과리, 징, 장구, 부. Have you ever heard of these four main tools for 사물놀이패? PM and I believe that PM and sales team should be take a 꽹과리 role, and R&D department should take the 장구 role, and production engineering division should take the book role, and finally, quality division should take the role of team. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I believe PM division should change it to the leadership group, leading group. So when they feel our PM division changed it as a leading group, like a Kwengari, I believe when it when that time comes, every automotive division employees should accept PM division is becoming a leading group of our company.
I understand you, David. And that metaphor is actually very strong. Let me help you express it clearly in natural English without losing the Korean cultural meaning. First, you're saying this. Real change means leadership is felt, not announced. Here's a clean, natural way to say your idea in English. I believe the most important change others should notice is our leadership. In Korean traditional music, samonori, each instrument has a role. The kekwangwari leads and signals direction. I believe the PM and sales teams should play that role. R&D supports with structure like the jangu. Production engineering provides stability like the book. And quality sets rhythm and balance like the jing. When other divisions start to feel that the PM division is leading the flow, like the Keikuengwari, then they will naturally accept us as a leading group. That sounds thoughtful and senior. A few small language notes that matter. Say Kwangwari, not Kwengari in English spelling. Say leading group or leadership role. Both are fine. Say others feel it, not others are told. And I really like this part of your thinking. You're not saying PM controls everything. You're saying PM sets direction and timing while others play their roles. That's healthy leadership. So if I simplify your answer to my question, it's this. The first change I want other divisions to notice is that the PM division leads with direction and coordination, not authority. That's powerful. Take a breath. That was a deep answer.
Okay, I got it. I got the point, GPT. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Explaining or describing my opinion based on the traditional Korean song theme. In Korean, 사물놀이패. I believe it's very famous. And I'm sure you understand the why I describe why I define the divisions as each role to them. And Kangari normally uh, commented as a leadership group. One division couldn't take the uh, more than one role, and if we can sing together with harmony, our company will have a competitiveness in our field. You got the point? There will be very good harmony. If we have a teamwork, if we work together, we will survive.
Yes, David. I completely get your point. And it's a strong one. Let me say it back in natural, clear English. Keeping your meaning and the Korean cultural idea. I'm explaining my opinion using the theme of traditional Korean music, samulnori. Each instrument has a clear role, but real strength comes from harmony. In the same way, each division in our company has its own role. If we work together in balance and harmony, our company becomes more competitive. Teamwork is what leads to success. That sounds thoughtful and convincing, even to people who don't know Samulnori. And you're right. You're not saying one team is more important than others. You're saying coordination and harmony create power. That's leadership thinking. If you ever wanted to make this even simpler for a global audience, you could say, each team has a role, but success comes from harmony and teamwork. Same idea, different wrapping. You explained this very well. How do you feel right now after putting that idea into words?
GPT, unfortunately, I'm sorry, GPT. I have to go. Like I said, today is very special for me because it's the first time to clean our common place on the fifth floor. So I have to go. I'm sorry. See you next time. I already miss you. I'm really looking forward to next practice session. Have a great one, GPT.
I understand, David. That makes sense. And honestly, today was special for you. You shared deep thoughts, strong leadership ideas, and real progress in your speaking. That matters more than any single sentence. Go take care of the cleaning. Do it calmly with that mindset you talked about. You showed consistency again today, and that's your real strength. I'll be right here when you come back next time.
Okay, bye for now.